I'm Ali GREYMOND, the founder of the GREYMOND method. I am one of the original coaches to help people fully recover from OCD, and after years of experience and thousands of clients, my message to you is still the same. You can fully recover from OCD. On this channel, I show you how. But before we start, I just wanted to remind you that I do daily OCD recovery videos, and if you don't want to miss one, hit the subscribe button now. A number one question that clients, when they start working with me, always ask is, well, why are so many people online say you can't recover from OCD? And there's actually a very basic and very logical reason. Most people online are practicing very specific exposures. And as you know, OCD morphs. So the method of practicing very specific exposures, by its nature, will keep you stuck, because to replace the thing that you practiced exposure on and overcame, in quotes, your brain will bring you something else. And then you'll need to practice exposure on that. And then your brain will bring you something else. And over like this, going from thing A to thing B to thing C to thing D, until you get to the point where A is new again, and then it will just continue to circle around. Or it will go to a whole new theme. Your brain is filling a quota. So because of that, it doesn't matter if you are doing exposures on a specific thing, because your brain will always find something else, which will keep you chronic. So when they say OCD stays chronic, they are right. But that's not because your brain is incapable of fixing itself. It's because the method keeps you chronic. I don't know how else to say it. If you're doing an exposure on a doorknob, it does nothing for if OCD switches to, let's say, Existential OCD or Sensorimotor OCD, because you've only practiced on the exposure on a doorknob from, let's say, Contamination OCD. You have no other skills, because the only skills you were taught is how to touch that doorknob that you were afraid to touch. So of course you're always starting at square one. Of course your OCD is going to be chronic. Of course you can't recover like that. I mean, that's logical. Am I not being logical right now? That makes sense. Versus if you're using the GREYMOND method and you're continuously reducing regardless of what the content is. We're not looking at content of the day as important. We're looking at reduction each day as important. Then once you get to zero, there is no other maneuvers that your OCD can do, because you're maintaining that zero until the point of where it becomes automatic and you no longer have to maintain it. It's a completely different system. So when you look online and people say, my OCD is chronic, because they're probably doing on purpose exposure at best, because a lot of the times they don't even do on purpose exposure. They do some, I don't know, talk therapy, hypnosis. I've seen clients come from all sorts of programs that they've done, and it just makes your head spin. I'm like, there's no way that can possibly work by its nature. Again, I'm being completely logical here. You need to view it not as individual themes. This is my harm OCD, this is my relationship OCD, this is my religious OCD. It's good to know the details of those themes, sure, but you need to look at it as an overall problem. And your overall problem is that you're A, ruminating, B, doing compulsions, C, doing avoidances. As long as you do those three, you're going to be stuck forever. To get out of OCD, you need to bring all those three to zero. Little by little, day by day. That is the GREYMOND method. That is the method that I created that works. It works because it makes logical sense. So I just want to say this because I don't want you guys to feel discouraged, because I mean, I was lucky enough that when I was going through OCD, nobody told me I couldn't recover. But literally, I hear this left and right where professionals, in quotes, tell their clients that they can't recover. I hear people tell each other that they can't recover. And at the end of the day, whether the person has a degree, whether the person is just a fellow OCD sufferer, how dare you tell me, let's say, that I can't recover? Right? And I mean, I don't get this a lot anymore, but I used to get this a lot in the beginning. where professionals would come at me saying, you didn't recover. I'm like, really? I didn't recover? You're going to tell me if I recovered or not? Why, you know me? Oh, because I didn't use your dumb method, which makes it impossible to recover. So I just want you guys to understand that recovery is possible. Don't let anybody, in any circumstance in life, OCD or otherwise, to dim your light, to close that door that you're trying so hard to get to. It does take work. It is a difficult journey. I've spent many days just bawling my eyes out when I had OCD. It gets bad, but you also can fully recover. And don't listen to anybody who's going to tell you otherwise, because it's not that your brain is incapable. It's just that the method sucks. So get a better method, do the work, and you will be able to get out of it. I hope you find my video helpful. I hope you don't lose that spark, lose that drive to finish recovery work. Because that's the worst, when people give up, when people are like, well, my whatever so-called professional has told me that I can't recover, and now I'm not even going to try because what's the point? That's just that person's opinion. It means nothing. You are the boss of you. You can do this. If I could do it, believe me, I'm not the strongest willed person in the world. If I can do this, you can do this. And now I've done it so many times with clients, again, over the 16 years. It hasn't been one day or anything. So over the 16 years, and you can see from my earlier videos, the message hasn't changed because this works. So I hope you find my videos helpful. Again, subscribe if you haven't. Do the work. You can do this. Again, I really, really believe in you.